So let me check if we are on. I'm just going to quickly check if we are on. It seems we are on. So let's get started. So here we are. And so we are looking at oil out here. And the market has closed at 4:15 p.m. And if you see oil here, it has got a support from the 20-day exponential moving average. It has dropped almost $5.85, which is a good thing. It's going to tamp down the inflation, as we said. The MACD is absolutely bearish, and momentum is below average. We like both of that. So that's really good. However, if you look at the VIX, it has still gone up. It is up 6.36%. And that's a matter of concern, because as VIX goes up, we know that our NASDAQ will continue to go down. So NASDAQ has gone down 1.24% today. That's around 4.55 points. And we can see that we have broken below our support, which was at 362.54, and it has dropped down. And I have drawn this line out here, a potential support line, hoping that we would bounce off this support, and then that would establish a bullish channel. If that doesn't happen, then we are in trouble, because we're going to fall down further. And as long as we are able to break above this channel, it would be a good thing. Right now, we are following this bearish channel, and what I want us to see going forward, in case we want to declare that this is a bull run, I want to be able to draw a channel like this, where we are moving the price of NASDAQ between these two. And then that would be an actual bullish channel. So we are still waiting for that. And this line is a placeholder, just to remind us that there's a potential bullish run ahead. We won't know until what happens in the next few days. So for tomorrow, it seems like things are looking a bit bleak, given the way the VIX is positioned. So let us look at what's happening with crypto, because Bitcoin has been off late moving lockstock with NASDAQ. And if we look at Bitcoin out here, it has lost around $1,525 today. That's a drop of 3.23%. And it has gone below its earlier support of 47,209. And it's right now just above the support level of 45,511. It's at 45,757 right now. And it has got support from all exponential moving averages. However, the MACD, even though being bullish, it's still tending towards the signal line. And we have a RSI momentum, which is pointing downwards, and it's starting to flag. And the moment it falls below average, then we are going to be in a bearish track. So right now we are in the process of losing value in Bitcoin. However, we want to see whether we can bounce off above 44,192, in which case I will think that we are just about forming a bullish channel, because then we can draw a line this way and see if it can support further movements. So we'll have to wait and see what happens out there, but definitely Bitcoin is showing a bearish trend. And this is a bit more worrisome for me, because of late there have been other coins like Luna coin and a few others who are using Bitcoin as the backup, and they are purchasing copious amounts of Bitcoins per day. So we should actually be seeing a bounce out here. So we need to do some amount of research to find out what's happening out there. Now let's look at gold. So gold has been moving inwards to what happens with NASDAQ. And today gold is up 0.25%, and we have a doji candle out here. And it has the support of the 9-day and the 20-day exponential moving average. MACD is bearish, but moving towards the signal line. Momentum is above average. And we'll have to wait and see what happens with gold. If gold continues to move upward, then we can definitely assume that the volatility is going to be there and NASDAQ is going to go down. So right now the signals are very mixed, and it's very difficult to determine what's going to happen. But if I were to place a bet, I would say that probably tomorrow again we are going to see a little bit of downward slope in the market, and I'll show you the reasons why. If I was to look at QQQ and go to a 5-year time frame, and if I look at the way QQQ has formed, now I'm going to go to a 1-year time frame with a daily candle. So I'm thinking that this is very steep, as I mentioned before. So we need to consolidate a little bit before we bounce up further in order for the upward movement to be sustained. And in terms of consolidation, there are two things that can signify consolidation. One is we move within a small range on the side within the range of this candle. Or the second is we move a little bit down, we drop some value, and then we pick up a little bit, and then we drop a little bit and pick up a little bit. But over the process, we are able to change the slope of this line to be much more around 45 degrees or something, which is more sustainable. So I think that probably the market may try to do that in order to reduce the risk of such a rapid movement upward for NASDAQ. That's the rationale behind my thinking, that we may see a little more sideways or downward movement in NASDAQ tomorrow. And if we want to have some confirmation, let us look at the futures. So if you look at the NASDAQ futures, it is down 170 points. That is around 1.15%. So from the futures perspective also, there seems to be an indication that there is some weakness in NASDAQ. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Let us quickly take a roundup of what is happening with our genomic shares. And if you see the right side panel out here, you can see Vertex is up 1.73% with a gain of 4.45. So Vertex, Regeneron, and Intelia, these are the three which have been able to remain green. All of them have got, the first two have got good revenue streams with them. But most of the other shares which are in the red have got a lot of things in the pipeline, but they do not have much of a revenue stream, with the exception of the likes of Novartis and Pfizer, which are nominally down. I wouldn't worry too much about them because they have good revenue streams in place, and they will definitely bounce back off the 50-day exponential moving average and form a much smoother and sustainable curve for the bull run, something like this in a 45-degree angle or less. So that's what would be a decent bull channel and a sustainable bull channel. So I'm thinking that Novartis and Pfizer are going to work towards creating that kind of a bull channel going forward. So apart from that, I don't have anything else, but I have a few news articles I wanted to go through. One is that Ukrainians are leaving Chernobyl after radiation exposure, and it's being pitched in two ways. The people who are not in favor of Russia in this conflict are saying that they are leaving because of radiation exposure. And if you look at what Kremlin wants to say, Kremlin is saying that it's part of their commitment to reduce hostility while the talks in Turkey go on. So as always, during a wartime, you don't know whom to believe. So you have to check and double check all the information, and it's always going to be confusing. So that is one aspect. And the other aspect we have here is slightly disturbing from an investor perspective. As an investor, when I look at what is happening here, Trump asked Putin for dirt on Biden family. And if this was during a normal time, it would have been one of the things that we say, oh yeah, it's Trump, this is what he does. But during a time of war, asking an adversary to attack the commander-in-chief politically in the domestic scenario is kind of scary for an investor, because there are so many high-value companies which are operating in the US. I don't know what is it going to be for them. So I would like all my American viewers to comment and educate us on what's happening in the US. Is this something that we should be worried about with regard to the economic environment that we are facing going forward in 2022, towards the end of 2022 and 2023. So I would like some feedback from our American friends and subscribers out here. Please let us know what you think. Is this something that we have to track as a risk, and is there a way to hedge this risk? Or this is something that we don't have to worry about, and it's just talks like WWE kind of talks, and we shouldn't worry about. So please put your comments down there, and we'll take it from there. So having said that, I think overall the market is looking a bit bearish for tomorrow. And with that, I would like to end this live stream. And thanks for those who have tuned in. I'm still not able to see the chat. I'm absolutely new to this live stream interface, and it's a very daunting experience, believe me. I cannot cut and edit or anything, so it's all live. So please forgive if you have found any interruption in this live broadcast. If you like this session, please put a like out there so that others can discover our channel. And if you're not yet a subscriber, why not just subscribe? It's absolutely free. Let's go towards 500 subscriber mark so that we can have a community channel, community tab, and we can have much more interactions. Thanks and have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.